Good morning. I have yet another ASP FS80 engine here. This engine I just recently purchased. Can't recall where I purchased it from. I think I got it from eBay actually. It looks to have had a couple of runs on it. Very low time engine. It was going to be a box to the bench review where I'd take it straight from the box and just do a quick check to make sure it's got compression in it and then run it. But I found when I looked at it, these ASP engines come with a rather thick intake manifold gasket, and I noticed that for whatever reason there's a big chunk taken out of it at the very top here, so I knew that that was never going to seal, so I ended up taking the carb off and making a gasket and sealing that thing up again. The only other thing I've really done to this is I checked the valve clearances, and I may actually have set them. So I can't do a box to the bench review since I've already done some things to this engine. But I've got a Master Airscrew 12.6 prop on here, and I believe that's an OSF plug, and I've got the needle valve open 2.5 turns, so this will be my first run for this engine. So I was very impressed with my other ASP FS80, and so were other viewers, and one of them bought it. So I found another one. This one I might keep, but who knows. So let's see what happens with this engine. Doesn't seem to hold the fuel in the line. I don't like the way that it's not holding fuel in the line here. It's acting like there could still be a leak. As soon as I let off that choke, all that fuel runs out of the line. Close the needle valve. Okay, I'm not getting fuel, so that's a good thing. Holding in the line now. One, 2 turns, and a half. Still holding fuel in the line now. Let's see what happens. finally. Talk about sucking every last drop of fuel out of it. I usually pull the plug or pull the fuel line and let it kill itself, but for whatever reason I just figured I'd just let it go and see how long it goes. Boy, it sucked every last drop out of there. So, nice running engine, quite warm. Nice running engine, quite odd that when I first started to prime it, I'd see fuel get sucked in there, and then as soon as I'd close the throttle, all the fuel would go back in the line like there was a leak someplace. So I was concerned that it would even run at all. I reset the needle valve and I was able to get some fuel to stay in the line there. And eventually, as you saw, it started up and it ran really well. So I don't know who owned this first, but seems like they did a pretty good job on setting the idle. The idle was set pretty well. I didn't mess with it at all, and it sat idled really good. A nice little engine. I'm very impressed again. I mean, this is the second ASP FS80 I've ever had, and they've both been real dreams. I mean, aside from the little issue I had getting it started initially, the thing ran really good, it sounds really good, it idles really good, it has good transition. I don't know what more you can ask for. I need to do a little bit of work on my setup here and kind of firm things up a little bit, because things kind of start to shift a little bit, especially with these bigger planes with larger props, or bigger engines with larger props. But I'm pretty impressed with this engine. I think I might really keep this one. Thank you for watching.